What's up guys, Shannon Fox, and you're tuned into Foxy TV. Hey, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I gotta say, today is New Year's Eve, so yay, Happy New Year's everybody. So I'm super excited to be coming to you guys because, as you know, since it's New Year's Eve, you know what that means. Today is my very last Hot Topic segment in 2015. How crazy is that? I can't believe 2015 is already pretty much donezo. So, you know, before I let you go, I had to come chat with you guys a little bit just about some of my most favorite memorable celeb moments in 2015. Now, you guys know these celebs. You know them, you love them, we all follow them, we stalk them on social media, we follow their lives, and we've seen shots fired, shade thrown, craziness, Twitter feuds, Twitter battles, and crazy publicity stunts from some of your favorite celebs. So I just have to highlight my top 6 in this part 1 Hot Topic segment. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I'm going to have a part 2 with top 6 more of 2015's most memorable celeb highlights. So I gotta start this off with, I don't even know how to describe these two women besides just both controversial women that have a lot to say. They're both known for not holding their tongue. They're both known for being in drama throughout the year. Let's get right down to it. Nicki Minaj versus Miley Cyrus. Okay, you guys remember that drama which happened earlier this year, probably I think it was around like July, during the VMAs, which was the Video Music Awards. So drama started with, you know, Miley saying some stuff about Nicki Minaj, which apparently wasn't any nice comments from Miley. So the day that the VMAs came, of course we all remember the drama when Nicki Minaj calls out Miley Cyrus on stage, and Nicki hit her with the, "Yo Miley, what's good?" Remember that? Remember that drama? And everyone was like, just kind of like paused, like, is this a part of the show? Is this like a publicity stunt between them? But, you know, Nicki Minaj was really upset with, you know, Miley Cyrus for basically talking mess and running her mouth on Twitter. And both had something to say about each other. So I just look back to that day and I think back to that award show and just think how crazy that was. But, you know, both also really held their own. Miley went on to host the show. She did a great job. And then I was reading, like, allegedly, a report said that, like, when Nicki Minaj tried to call out Miley Cyrus, that she started using profanity, and then during the show, the producers, like, silenced her microphone. So womp womp, Nicki. But if you guys know, if you're a fan of Nicki Minaj, like, you know she's always in the midst of some kind of drama. So, like, for example, if we rewind it back to 2013, if you guys are a fan of American Idol, you remember that Nicki Minaj was also in a public battle with American Idol judge Mariah Carey, who we all know and love. And we saw some pretty open battles with those two at the judging table on American Idol. So again, Nicki Minaj, I think, likes to be around that drama because maybe she feels it keeps her relevant. And then if we rewind the clock back a little bit more, we also remember that Nicki butted heads a little bit, just quickly, with Taylor Swift. That's right, T Swift, really, we all know her, we love her, she's like America's sweetheart. How do you get into it with Taylor Swift? Like, really, Nicki? So the drama there was that Nicki was upset that her video, Anaconda, my Anaconda don't, that video wasn't nominated for Video of the Year, but Taylor Swift's Bad Blood video was nominated. And I actually have a quote or a tweet that Nicki Minaj had put on Twitter when she was upset. And the quote says, "If your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, you will be nominated." So basically, Taylor Swift took that as personal, and she took it as the tweet was targeted towards her. But long story short, they were able to get past that. I believe both ended up apologizing, and, you know, life went on. And the great thing about that dramatic story was that, if you guys remember, back this year, 2015 VMAs, the show actually opened with both Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift, which was like an epic performance. So I think that was their way of like squashing their beef. But at the same time, I just really feel like, my personal opinion is, Nicki Minaj, maybe she feels she has to stay relevant by staying in the midst of all that drama, you know, from Miley Cyrus to Mariah Carey to Taylor Swift. Nicki's just doing Nicki. So shout out to Nicki Minaj. We'll see what 2016 brings for her. What drama can we expect for her in 2016? I don't know. Hey, leave me your comments below and let me know if you agree. Do you think Nicki Minaj is drama queen of drama. I don't know, maybe she is. We'll see what 2016 has in store for her. Going into my top 2 pick for most memorable moments in 2015 for celebs. Okay, we all know, and I feel like this is a topic that is still buzzing, the introduction of Caitlyn Jenner. Now, I must say, when Caitlyn Jenner was announced to the world, I feel like that just broke the internet. I mean, at that moment, that's when like transgender community like united, and everybody was talking about that topic. I mean, even people that don't even care about entertainment news were buzzing about it on social media and on the news and like at work and places of employment. Everybody was talking about Caitlyn Jenner. So I think 2015 is going to be very memorable for her. So it was basically bye-bye Bruce and hello Caitlyn Jenner. And so the introduction of Caitlyn Jenner came with, you know, her being on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine, which was a big controversy, but it was her way of introducing herself to the world. And of course, with that very popular tagline, just call me Caitlyn. And people are still using that hashtag. I still use that hashtag when I post pictures of Caitlyn Jenner. So, and then it's just some did you know facts. When Caitlyn Jenner gave her introduction to the world, did you guys know that she hit like 1 million followers on Instagram and Twitter within like 48 hours? It was literally within like 2 days she had like almost 1 million followers. So I think that is absolutely crazy. But you know, hey, kudos to Caitlyn Jenner. She has made her way into society and she's here to stay. And if you guys also know about Caitlyn Jenner, also this year, which took place, she received an award at the ESPYs, and then she gave that speech, which, you know, some people again had something to say negative, and then some people had positive things to say about the speech. And rounding out 2015 with Caitlyn Jenner, she also got her TV show on E, which was like her documentary. I believe it was called I Am Kate. I didn't get to watch it, but you know, I think I'm gonna find some time in 2016 to watch a couple of the episodes and see what it was all about. I did hear, you know, different commentary from different people. Some people felt like she only showed the glamorous, fluffy side of being a transgender and that she didn't get like really down to hardcore stuff in her show. But you know, everybody will always have something to say and we're all entitled to our opinion. But hey, kudos to Caitlyn Jenner. It's been a very interesting year, but probably a very good year for her. And you know, with this being December, I've seen buzz like on some of the, you know, magazines like National Enquirer saying that Caitlyn Jenner has regrets and Bruce wants to come back, but I really don't believe any of that stuff. I think that Caitlyn Jenner is very happy with where she is in her place right now in her life, and I think she's found her happy place. So, you know, that's just what it is, and she has everyone's support, especially from the transgender community. And so we'll see how 2016 goes for Caitlyn Jenner. So I'll be following that story because I still think it's a big buzz. So going into my top 3 most memorable moment of 2015 celeb highlight, I have to say one of my favorite actresses, you guys probably know her, you love her, Miss Viola Davis. So just give a golf clap real quick. Golf clap. If you guys follow Viola Davis, if you're a fan, if you follow her, you know this year, 2015, she was the first African-American woman to win an Emmy for her role in leading actress in a drama series, I believe it was. And I must say that is so impressive. And it was actually from one of my favorite shows, which I watched religiously every Thursday. Every Thursday night, I did not answer my phone, did not reply to any texts. I tuned into the show, and that's How to Get Away with Murder. So that role that she played on that show, she played, you guys know, a college professor and an attorney named Annalise Keating on the show, of course. And she just like smashed her role every time. And I think that show really put her on the map, which is why she got the Emmy. And I think a lot of people really recognized her work, recognized her talent. And she's just such a legend, you know, in the entertainment industry now. And so being a legend and, you know, making history in that way as the first African-American, you know, woman to win that award, that says a lot. I think it's incredible. So that's definitely a memorable moment for 2015. And for, you know, young people and young girls that would aspire to be actors like her, they have someone positive to follow. So I give kudos to Viola Davis. And hey, I can't wait for the next season of How to Get Away with Murder come back, because I'll be watching every Thursday night. I'll be tuned in religiously. So hopefully you guys will be tuned in with me. coming in number 4, my 4th most memorable moment. We got, you guys all know, we remember, I think it's still buzzing, I think it's still a hot topic, Lamar Odom. Okay, there was all the drama with Lamar Odom and how he was found passed out in a Nevada brothel, and of course we know that it was based on drug overdose, so sources were saying that it was a mixture of cocaine as well as some type of Viagra type supplement. So of course he was found passed out in his hotel, then goes into a coma. Okay, then Khloe comes in and and there was speculation that are these two together or not. Well, if you guys know the couple, if you follow them or follow social media, you know that they had filed for divorce, but they weren't actually divorced. So she was just kind of like the estranged wife. So of course, when we find out, it becomes public, you know, he's in a coma. She does what a good wife would do, is go be by his side. My thing with this story is the feedback that I heard from Lamar Odom. So according to Khloe, because I remember this, it was his statement that she made on his behalf, she was saying that basically Lamar Odom felt like the whole situation was a blessing in disguise, because for him that was his moment where he hit rock bottom and then had a chance to start his life over. Now, I don't know how many people would say having a near-death experience was like a blessing in disguise. I don't think I would say that, but hey, to each his own. If Lamar Odom felt like he had to hit rock bottom and had to have that near-death experience by going into the coma before he could get a new start in life, I mean, I guess so, Lamar. But you guys know Lamar Odom was also another person that was centered around drama a lot, you know, with the drugs and the family drama. And then I think it was earlier this year, his best friend Jamie passed away from a drug overdose. And then, you know, there was all the drama with Khloe and them going through their divorce. Then he had the family drama. So I feel like drama kind of centers around Lamar Odom as well. So who knows what's gonna, you know, become of that story. All we know now as of December is that, you know, he's focused on recovery. Do you guys think that they're gonna get back together? Do you think they're gonna maybe forget about the divorce, get back together, make it work? Or do you think Khloe's still gonna go her own way, like after his recovery? And hopefully Lamar can really stick to recovering and not go back to his old ways, his old habits, because having that type of near-death experience, nobody will like want to be there for you if you just keep the same pattern up. So I think that was some drama, and we'll just see how 2016 turns out for Lamar. Like, I'm like all the other fans, I just send my prayers out to Lamar, to Khloe, the whole family, and hopefully things will get better for him and for them. So speaking of NBA players, going into my number 5 pick most memorable moment, which recently happened, Mr. Kobe Bryant. Okay, you guys, as you know, if you're a fan of sports or if you're a fan of the Lakers or Kobe Bryant, you know, recently, I think it was within the last month, Mr. Kobe Bryant has announced his retirement. Can you believe that? After a 20-year career in the NBA, Kobe Bryant finally said, after this season, I'm done. And I think a lot of people were really, really surprised about this announcement. But when I was reading like some comments that Kobe had made in a press interview, he was basically saying that he's been planning this and he's been expecting this to basically take place for a couple years now. So it's not news for him, but to all his fans, you know, NBA fans, just sports fans in general, it just kind of came as a shock. And if you guys think about it, Kobe's been in the game for a long time, because he's like 37 or 38, and you know, he went in at a really young age. So you guys gotta think this man has like, I think it's like 5 NBA championship rings. He has a record for like most points scored in a game. I mean, he's like a legend in the game. And so he's definitely going out with a bang, and I think he's doing the right thing by retiring, because he's going to be able to focus on so many other things, you know, plus he has his family, he's married to Vanessa Bryant, they have their kids, they can have more family time together, Kobe can go do other endorsements. But I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like are the Lakers gonna ever be the same? Like, is the NBA gonna be the same without Kobe? It's gonna be kind of weird, like, to have no more Kobe Bryant. I'm sure, you know, we're still gonna see him around, but just having no more Kobe in the game, it's gonna be different. But like, I feel like Kobe said, like, he knows it's his time to just wind down and call it quits, but retire with, you know, a positive attitude and as a legend, as he should. Hopefully, you know, we'll have somebody else come into the game and leave a legacy like Kobe has. But I think that was definitely a memorable moment for a lot of people in 2015, just because nobody expected it. But I think it's a good thing at the same time. And rounding out my top 6 most memorable celeb moment of 2015, I gotta end this with the one, the only, Chris Brown. I know you guys are big fans of Chris Brown. I know a lot of you guys follow him. I love his performances. I think he's a great entertainer, a great performer. And so if you guys are a fan or kind of followed his story earlier this year in 2015, you guys know that he was going through that nasty custody battle over his little baby girl. So I remember the story actually. So we all know, we found out that he does have a daughter. You know, he did the DNA test, went through all that, blah, blah, blah. And of course, results show that he is the father. So then he went through the custody battle with the mom. I think her name was like Nia Guzman. You guys can comment below if you remember her name and follow her or find her on Instagram or Twitter. But I think that's her name. So, you know, they were in a hard battle. So long story short, after the custody battle was over, he did win joint custody of the little girl, which her name is Royalty. You guys have probably seen pictures. We've posted photos of her on our Instagram page, so you guys can check that out. But the court made the decision that Chris Brown would get, I think it was something like 12 days a month for joint custody. But get this, he also has to pay child support, $2,500 a month. That is insane to me. $2,500 a month in child support is a lot of money. But, you know, it's Chris Brown, so he's got that paper, which I guess, you know, that baby girl will always be set. And I remember the story also included something along the lines of, like, he also has to make sure, like her school is covered and, like, medical insurance is covered, nannies, babysitters. He has to cover the cost of all that. So my thing is, you know, I think it's great that Chris Brown has stepped up. So if you guys remember when this first happened, when the story first came out, Chris Brown was like posting pictures on his Instagram and tweeting pictures of his little girl and was like really proud to step up and be a father. And he did send out a tweet, and the tweet says, I'm gonna read it to you guys. I thought it was really good actually. So he says, "Some men my age run from their responsibility as fathers. I embrace mine. It just sucks that some females use children as a meal ticket." Yikes. That was from Chris Brown, not me. All I can say is he's got some truth there. You know, Chris Brown is like 26, 27. I mean, a lot of guys that would be put in that position, I don't want to say every guy, but there's some guys that would probably run the other way full speed. But, you know, he owned up to his responsibility of learning that he was a dad and has taken, you know, joint custody of her. And get this, you guys, if you're a fan of Chris Brown, you know that his current album that's out now, he actually named after his daughter, which is Royalty, which has some hot songs on there. So I be bumping my music when I'm listening to his album. So kudos to Chris Brown. I think, you know, him going into daddy mode in 2015 is something positive for him. You know, he has a little girl to look out for now, and people are watching him, and you know, people are always going to have something to say, always going to have something to judge or criticize on, but you know, Chris Brown is just doing him at the end of the day. I think he's grown a lot from other controversies and other drama we've seen him in. So for the most part, kudos to Chris Brown. I can't wait to see what 2016 is looking like for him and his little girl Royalty, which she is adorable. She's super cute. If you guys haven't seen any photos of her, we'll put some photos in this video, or you can visit our Instagram page for some more photos. So that wraps it up for my top 6, part 1, most memorable moments, favorite celeb highlighted moments of 2015. I can't wait to see what 2016 has in store. You guys already know that the Twitter drama is going to continue. The Instagram drama is going to continue. We're going to be following celebs who are fighting and throwing shots at each other, throwing shade at each other. It's just going to continue. But hey, I'll be sitting back watching. So you guys let me know what's one of your favorite, most memorable moments of 2015. Is it something that I talked about, or is it something that I left off that maybe you think is a memorable highlight? Hey, make sure you guys stay tuned for part 2 of this. I have top 6 more most memorable moments coming. It'll be in the link below. And if you guys haven't already, be sure you join us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And most importantly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on that subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys again soon. Hey, in part 2 of 2015's most memorable celeb highlights. I'll be back.